Lopetegui, he must feel like an idiot. Lost the chance to manage his country in the World Cup and then gone to Real Madrid and obviously been
no matter
sacked
if he
now.
did well at Real Madrid, he would have been a waste man anyway.
Yeah, because
you don't give up the chance to lead your
country in the World Cup.
Where it's not like he was manager of some team that just come to make up the numbers. Manager of Spain, like you could have won the World Cup.
Yeah.
And then you go down in history, and you gave that up on the eve of the tournament.
Well, he didn't give it up. He got sacked.
Yeah,
No,
because
but you got to know that.
because he's doing some behind the scenes kind
You
of.
can't do that. He should have just said, "Look, do you mind just waiting?"
Yeah, that's what I said.
I beg you, wait 2 weeks. You know what I mean, I'll call you back.
Yeah. Yes, guys, we are back with another Neeks Sports podcast, episode 3. I'm joined here in the studio with Devo from the Football Banter Show.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, Kyle from Neeks Sports, our resident guest. And as you can see here, we have someone wearing this blue hat. I don't know why. Ray from Man City Fan TV.
Hi guys, how you doing, Neeks?
We're good. Regardless of the result, I'm happy to be here, happy to be alive. But we'll get into that. And I think that's really where we're gonna start. We're gonna start with the Manchester derby, and then we're gonna talk a bit about the Premier League teams in the bottom half of the table. It seems to get skimmed over a lot.
Yeah.
We talk about the title race or the lack of it, European race and that kind of thing. But we don't really talk much about the bottom half teams until it gets later in the season. They start talking about relegation battle. So we're going to touch on that. And then we're going to head across the waters to the Europe mainland and La Liga, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and the whole battle for supremacy in La Liga since Ronaldo has left those shores. On to the final part of our debate, moving across to Europe, La Liga. Now, Kyle, we know you're a fan of Barcelona, and they're top of the league. Just
For now.
It's tight.
It's a tight league, but it's a tight league, and Real Madrid are, you could say, they're nowhere to be seen. When you look at the league table, they're down in 6th. They're only 4 points behind Barcelona, but they are down in 6th. What's actually going on over there? Tell me, please. Because it's messy. It's messy.
No,
I don't mean Lionel.
No, it is messy. It is. It's actually horrible at the moment. It's actually horrible. Every game is literally so nervous. You actually don't. Like, it doesn't matter who's playing who, whether it's middle place teams playing middle place teams or relegate. Literally, you don't know who's going to win. It's a hot mess. Like, results are so random. It's like Football Manager just hit the generate button and it's just like submit results, and we will just run with that. That's literally how it is at the moment. I mean, Barcelona have their struggles, but I think a lot of the problems is down to the manager and team selections and the way he's played. Because like last season, he went a lot with 4-4-2 with Suarez and Messi leading, whereas this season he's trying to go back into a 4-3-3, which isn't working for them because they got used to the 4-4-2, and they don't have 3 players that can play the 4-3-3. Especially when
Dembele can't play that?
Well, he can.
He's not really getting picked though, is he?
I know.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I was saying. Down to selection, he keeps getting left on the bench. Titi. Apart from Titi, we have no solid defenders, and obviously he had his injury, and that clearly showed because leaking 4 goals at home is unacceptable.
Crazy,
it's completely
ridiculous.
unacceptable. Titi was on the bench for that game, didn't come on though. So
is he back already?
Yeah, he was on the bench for that game, so he didn't come on, but he should be starting soon. Obviously, we got 2-week international break, so hopefully he should be back after the international break.
I think it's the first game. I don't know if it's ever or in a long time that Messi scored 2 goals in a game and Barcelona lost.
Yeah.
So I think.
But no, it's defensively a mess, and it's like you signed Vidal, and I don't think he started a single La Liga game this season. He hasn't started a single La Liga game this season.
I did think that was a strange signing. He's not a Barcelona. When you think of a Barcelona player, you don't think of Arturo Vidal.
But then maybe I would say Barcelona to an extent have moved away from the Pep Barcelona.
No, they have.
When you had the MSN, that was anything but. It was like I would say long ball, but it's direct. Get the ball to the front three and let them do their thing. And I guess if you don't have that front three now,
they have. But I think it was largely down to wrong signings. Like they bought a lot of players that weren't necessary, and they got rid of players because obviously in La Liga you have a EU restriction where you can only have 3 non-EU players in your team. So they signed all of these non-EU players, Brazilians, etc.
Paulinho.
And then they kicked everyone out that was there last season because they've gone over the limit of the restrictions. So people like Paulinho, was it Paulinho? Paulinho end up leaving the club because there's no space for them. Who was doing well last season and helped us to get us where we were, but because now we've got new players and we need to bring them into the team, Malcolm and etc.
But Arthur looks good,
and it's players that weren't necessary. Like they had an issue defensively last season, even though you wouldn't associate it with them because they went to the second game of last season. They were unbeaten until the second game of the second to last of the season, and they lost that game. But they actually had a defensively good record. It was like one of the best in the top 5 leagues across Europe. Like they didn't concede much, but it was a bit like riding their luck. It's kind of like Arsenal now. Like they're 14 games unbeaten, but they're riding their luck. They're defensively all over the place. They're shambolic. Like, but they should have lost to Wolves, right? They should have lost to Wolves. But it was that kind of the same thing as Barca last season, and they spent money in midfield and attacking players when the money should have spent defensively. Because defensively, they're still playing the midfielder at right back.
Devo, are they lucky that Real Madrid have sold Cristiano Ronaldo and haven't adequately replaced them?
Yeah, they are. But I stopped watching La Liga. To be honest with you, I stopped watching it because it was repetitive for me.
As in before this season.
Before this season,
okay.
Like I'd say, I watch it, but I don't watch it closely. I used to watch it very closely, but for a good 2 years or so, I don't really watch it. This season seems interesting to me because now it's tight. You got Sevilla up there. There's like Alaves. You got that story. So you got different components that actually make this is what I want to see. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I'm quite happy that this is happening. I know obviously you support Barcelona. You want them to be like Miles Clear. The Real Madrid thing is baffling. I know they lost Ronaldo and that's 40, 50 goals coming out of your team, but they've got some very good players. You'd think as a collective they would be able to replace him. Asensio hasn't done much.
I would disagree. I don't think you can replace.
Not replace him. Maybe that's the wrong word. But I mean, maybe you could.
You can make do without him. But it's like they're not even really making do. They're really struggling.
They're really struggling. I didn't think they'd struggle that much.
Lopetegui, he must feel like an idiot. Lost the chance to manage his country in the World Cup and then gone to Real Madrid. And obviously,
no matter if he did well at Real Madrid, he would have been a waste man anyway.
Yeah, because
you don't give up the chance to lead your
country in the World Cup.
Where it's not like he was manager of some team that just come to make up the numbers. Manager of Spain, like you could have won the World Cup, and then you go down in history, and you gave that up on the eve of the tournament.
Well, he didn't give it up; he got sacked.
Yeah,
but you got to know that.
Because he's doing some behind the scenes kind of.
You can't do that. He should have just said, "Look, do you mind just waiting?"
Yeah,
I beg you, wait 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I'll call you back.
Yeah, no, he's an idiot for that. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Biggest waste man in football.
So Real Madrid, they're 20th. What's 20th? So they're on 20 points.
Relegation battle.
They're on 20 points, 4 behind Barca. They've just announced pretty much that they've. Solari is going to be the manager to end the season. I think there was a deadline for them to announce it. Their manager, permanent manager, that's how La Liga works. After you sack. Now, I don't know if he was actually their first choice, i.e. we're going to sack Lopetegui and bring in who was the Castilla manager, the B team. Do you still see them as a threat to La Liga? And if you do, is that based on Real Madrid being Real Madrid or just the fact that Barca are so inconsistent?
Anyone's a threat right now, man. Literally anyone's a threat right now. It's not to do with Real Madrid being Real Madrid, but it's just how poor Barcelona are. But I think when Umtiti comes back, if they look like a much better side, then I would probably say no one has a chance. Like it kind of rests on like one man. Like we need to be defensively better. Like like I said, conceding 4 at home it's not acceptable. Like you go and you beat Real Madrid, was it 5-1, and then you lose at home.
So was Ronaldo carrying Real Madrid?
I would say that way.
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
They've scored 20 goals this season in 12 games. That's less than 2 a game.
No, I wouldn't say he was carrying them. It's less than 2 a game. No, but listen, But listen, last season, he went something like the first 16 or 17 La Liga games, and he only had about 2 or 3 goals. It was really the second half. He just really kicked off and just started scoring.
But then maybe okay, if he wasn't carrying them in terms of stats, the goals. When you've got someone like Ronaldo on the pitch, where you have the opposition have a plan. All right, we're gonna have 2 men on Ronaldo, for example. That means it allows Bale, Benzema. I know Benzema didn't score one goal last year. Isco, Asensio to run a bit more right, have a bit more space. Now that it's a bit. Okay, who's the guy who replaced Ronaldo? Number 7.
They brought in Mariano.
Mariano.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have. You say, look, right back, your job, innit? You don't have to have 2 men. You don't create a whole plan around Mariano. And I guess Benzema's got a few more goals now, but you can allow Benzema to get a few goals because you don't have the threat of Ronaldo.
Benzema used to do a lot of the legwork.
He did.
He did. And I think a lot of people have a go and think, why is Benzema playing? Because he did a lot of the legwork.
He was a decoy.
Which allowed Ronaldo to get in and score his goals. But I still can't understand. Mariano. Like, you had Mariano and you let him go for next to nothing. You had 1 season, was it even a full season? I think it was I think it was 18 months he was at Lyon. And then you bring him back and it was quite a hefty fee. Like, the Lyon chairman is a gangster.
He's laughing.
This guy's a gangster.
He's laughing. And he's got Depay doing madness over there anyway.
But also, just to go back to La Liga, I think the team that everyone needs to worry about is Atletico Madrid. Because they've only lost 1 game. Yeah. They've only conceded 8 goals. I think when they actually click and Diego Costa starts banging in goals...
That will never happen. They will never start scoring goals. Don't associate Atletico Madrid and goals in the same sentence. You say they lost 1 goal all season. One game all season in the Liga, but then they get banged 4-0 by Borussia Dortmund.
Dortmund are on stuff this season. Dortmund on.
I'm telling you, it's a mess over there. Literally anything can happen. Like, it's no one is consistent. It's just so inconsistent at the moment. Like, there isn't any consistency.
Obviously, Barcelona and Real Madrid have other aspirations outside of La Liga. And I think the way that Real Madrid in the last 3 years completely dominated Champions League, it kind of swept under the carpet their woes in La Liga. It definitely saved Zidane's job in his second season. I think the first season he won the double, and the second season he was nowhere in the league race. Are either team, let's say, realistic contenders for the Champions League this year? And I say that because obviously Real Madrid haven't got Ronaldo. They've struggled in their group. Obviously it was under Lopetegui, and it could turn around. But with the way that Man City are playing, the way that Manchester United beat Juventus, and but let's say the way that Juventus are playing, who for me, the Juventus are my favourites. They've been my favourites from the start of the season because of the Ronaldo factor, and a reason because before Ronaldo came, they got to finals. They lost to Real Madrid in the final, they lost to Barcelona in the final, and they're always there and thereabouts. And they have a solid team from back to front. They've got a solid team, but the seasons before they either had Morata, and we know who Morata is and what he does, or Higuain. I don't know if you saw what happened on the weekend. You see what happened on the weekend? He missed the penalty and everything. He in the big game. You can't rely on Higuain in the big game.
He was angry with himself. That's why he wanted to fight everyone. If he could fight himself, he would have.
He was. But Ronaldo is that big game player who they've probably missed in those finals, and I've made them my favourites. Can Barca or this Real Madrid now, can they compete with Man City and Juventus?
I don't think Real Madrid can. No, I mean, when you look at them, like, it's kind of like last season. Like, without Ronaldo, I probably would have said no as well. Like, when they had Ronaldo, it's like him at any moment can win them the game. Like, literally at any moment he can win them the game, and that's kind of what carried him through. Like, he scored so many Champions League goals. Yeah,
over 50. I think he's top goal scorer for I don't know how many years in a row.
It was ridiculous. Like, literally, he carried them. But then you take him out of the team, like what we're seeing now, and obviously you've got fantastic players like Cruz and Modric and Isco, right? But none of them are goal scorers. They're not goal scorers. Benzema isn't necessarily a goal scorer either. I mean, he works hard, but he isn't a goal scorer. And Bell has way too many injury problems. And outside of that, it's like, who is gonna, like, say they play Man City, you got Cruz and Modric who can hold the ball, but they've got David Silva and Kevin De Bruyne that can do the thing. But what's gonna stand out is the attacking. Exactly, they got Aguero, Sterling, exactly, Mahrez. Whereas Real Madrid don't have that. Well, they have Gareth Bale, but is he going to be fit on the day? There'll be question marks. I mean, I don't think Real Madrid can. I don't think they have enough quality going forward to win the Champions League. And even at the back, they've looked a bit frail this season. Barcelona, last season, I would have said, yes, they could have won it. Mainly because of the system we played, which was mainly 4-4-2. And I said, we could go far, possibly make it to the final last season. But if we had Coutinho, because last season he was cupped out, he couldn't play, we would have won it. And this season we have him, and I'm saying that we can't win it because the system has changed and we look a different team. We don't look the same team as last season. If we stuck to what we was doing last season and bought players to make that system stronger, we could have won the Champions League. Like buy a striker, because if you're playing 4-4-2, you buy a striker. So if Suarez isn't playing well, like how he isn't doing at the moment in Champions League, he doesn't play particularly well in Champions League for at least the last 8 or 9 months. He hasn't played well in Champions League at all. So buy a striker, buy a centre back, maybe a full back, a right back, a right back, and you'll do okay. You'll do okay because Coutinho's like an extra player because he wasn't available in Champions League last season. But I'm looking at it now and I'm just like, it's just a bunch of misfits. It's literally it's a bunch of misfits.
You say buy a striker and you sold a striker who's tearing it up for Dortmund in Champions League and in Bundesliga. He's scoring, I think his average goals is every 30 minutes or something stupid this season. Paco Alcácer. He's smashing it. And he was on Barca's book, couldn't get a game. So
not good enough, man. I'm sorry, it's not good enough. He is not good enough.
But so if it's not him, what kind of striker are you looking to get?
Firmino. He will be sick at Barcelona.
He doesn't score goals.
No, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. He's there to assist Messi. No, he would be serious at Barcelona. No, he would be serious. He'd be a serious player at Barcelona.
If you took Firmino from Liverpool, I think Liverpool fans would literally go. They would implode. The amount of tears there were about Coutinho. If they took Firmino the next season as well, I don't know.
You have to get rid of another Brazilian player in it because it'll.
No, but
he's got.
Oh, because he's got Hoffenheim in it. Yeah, fair enough. But do you think Real Madrid and Barcelona are a realistic title? Champions League.
Nah, you know what? I have a sneaky feeling the same as you, Juventus. I don't want Juventus to win it simply because I feel sorry for Buffon if they did. I think that's liberties.
Same.
You know what I mean? That can't happen. I don't want to watch that.
Did he decide to leave? Or did they get rid of him?
No, he decided to leave.
Because he's better than Chesney.
Yeah, he decided to leave.
So that's his fault. I feel sorry.
No.
They didn't force him out.
He retired.
Yeah, but I'm saying his fault. He decided, but he's gone to PSG.
No, but he came out of retirement.
Well, I think he... I don't even know how it went because he basically mentioned that it was going to be his last season at Juventus. I think a lot of us assumed that he was retiring.
And then Paris Saint-Germain said, "Look, we got enough money."
Yeah. So I don't feel sorry for him.
No, I feel so. You can't be at Juve all that time. Come so close.
If he retired,
the season you leave.
If he retired and they won it, I say I feel sorry for him. But he's left for another team. That's his own passer. It's like if Neymar went to PSG as he did, and then Barca won the Champions League or so and so.
Yeah, but Neymar weren't there for how much.
I heard that.
He didn't give so much. Remember, Buffon stayed there when they got relegated.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He was there through thick and thin. You know, got close. How many finals did he lose? I think 2 or something.
Well, he got to the 2003 when they lost on penalties to AC Milan. Then 2015 against Barca. And 2017 against.
So 3 finals he lost. Imagine now.
Should have saved some penalties in 2003, innit? Shevchenko put that away.
Yeah, but also I think Man City. Have to be in the.
Man City are my favourites.
Yeah, I think they have to be in the. I think they're different
favourites.
Different beast, man. I know they lost to Lyon, but as I said earlier, I said it's almost like if they lose a game, it's the worst thing you could do because since then they've come out and said, "Well, boy, you know what."
Yeah, but everyone loses, isn't it? Juve lost to Man United. Man, trash.
Excuse me. We are 3 times Champions League winners, and we have as much chance as Barcelona.
And how many of those players are in that team right now?
Don't worry about that.
Exactly.
Don't worry about that.
Can't live in the past.
For me, I don't think Juve is going to win it, man.
You're just saying that. Why don't you think they're gonna win it? I know you say Man City are favourites. Why don't you think Juve? Because I think they've got everything there ready to win it.
I don't think that they're good enough.
Whoa.
I literally think, this is my honest opinion, I actually think the English teams are the best teams in Champions League this year.
If Liverpool play how they did last year, then
They
may
just got slapped in
but
Belgrade.
What I'm saying is they could get, but could have not playing how they played last year.
Yeah.
If Liverpool played last year, yeah, they could be a threat or get to the last stages. But then the way they're playing now,
They might not even make it out of group.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, I have hope. I hope you're watching because I called this when the draw was made.
Wait, they're top of the group just to let you know.
I know they are, but
Okay.
I called the group when. Oh, they wait. I saw they second.
No,
Oh, it's the top.
The top.
Okay,
Yeah.
but PSG, Napoli, and Liverpool. And when the draw was made, I said any of those teams could go out. He goes PSG or Napoli. I said, or Liverpool. No way. But here we are, and the reality is Liverpool may be top, but they're at risk of going up because
Yeah,
they have to
need
play
to go to
Napoli
Paris.
at home in their I think it's the final game, but they have to go to Paris, and they're either gonna have to get win in Paris or they have to beat Napoli by 2 goals at Anfield. Neither are givens, and if anything, both are maybe unrealistic.
But
Wait,
you know
they don't
what?
have to win that PSG.
I think they.
But if
Napoli
they
beat- if Napoli
don't
beat Red Star,
PSG,
then they have to
I
beat-
think they need to beat Napoli.
Could
by
Napoli
2 clear
beat
goals.
them
But
1-0 at home?
How many times have we seen Liverpool in Europe in that situation at Anfield and they've pulled it out the bag?
They
I know
have.
they haven't got Steven Gerrard anymore,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't be surprised if they went into that last game needing to beat Napoli by 2 clear
and they
goals
won it by 2
and go ahead.
like
and
they did against Dortmund in the
Yeah,
Europa League
go ahead and
semi-final.
win.
I'm
kind of stuff.
confused. That can't be right. If they beat,
Because both team Napoli and PSG both had to play Red Star Belgrade, so
Yeah.
that we're assuming
and
that
it
they
goes on
beat
head-to-head,
Red
I
Star.
think. So it will go on head to head rather than goal difference.
yeah, but if
So
Liverpool beat
will
Napoli,
need- Liverpool would need to.
If Liverpool beat Napoli 1-0, then
are they on the same amount of points right now?
no, Liverpool's I think got 7,
But if
PSG
they
and
lose
Napoli
to
got 6 or
PSG,
something like that. Yeah,
everyone's
but we're assuming PSG and Napoli are going to beat Red Star, so they automatically got 9. Liverpool therefore
Yeah,
need to
but
get.
if Liverpool beat Napoli, then they go 4 points ahead of them. So if they lose to PSG, that's fine.
No, because it's PSG first, isn't it? So if they lose to PSG, if Liverpool lose to PSG,
Okay,
and Napoli beat Belgrade,
okay, that's fine. Then they'll be 2 points ahead, and Liverpool
Belgrade.
beat them. Then they go 1 point back ahead of them. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
they must all be on 6 points then.
I'll bring
Yeah,
on
they're all on
I'll bring
6
on the
points.
table
They're
right
all on
now.
6 points,
Yeah,
'cause
Liverpool
Liverpool-
second. Liverpool second.
Oh.
Napoli's on 6.
Yeah.
Liverpool's on 6 and PSG's on 5.
That's
So
it.
Liverpool,
they're on 6,
Liverpool.
yeah.
I guess Liverpool win 1 game, they'll get 9 points.
Mm.
We're both assuming that Napoli and PSG are going to beat Red Star, so it'll be 9 and 8. So then the Liverpool being on 9, PSG being on 8.
I mean, don't
Someone
Red
needs to
Star.
get
Don't
it.
write Red Star. They could qualify.
I mean, they could.
Could you imagine?
It's 6-6-5-4 in it. So they could. But
I was
the
gonna
point I'm
say-
making is that you cannot take Napoli, you can't take PSG lightly, as Have Hope did very early.
As
in
he
the
always
season.
does.
I know.
As he always does. It's actually refreshing to sit around and have a decent football conversation. I'm usually sat next to him and I'm like, this is rubbish. Talking rubbish in my ear.
I think PSG have a slight problem. Is that because the French league is literally so easy. It's like a walk in the park. It's like them playing me and you, and literally it's that easy, right? That when they go to Champions League, they're not used to that kind of competition. Like they're so used to week in week out just rolling through teams, strolling the park. Whereas Man City, even though they get those high scoring games, they still got to play tough games. Everton's and Man United's and Liverpool's and they've got tough matches. So they get warmed up. They're used to a tough game every now and then. Whereas PSG, there's literally no competition from second all the way down to 20th. There's no competition in that league. So when they come to Champions League, because they lost to Liverpool and they haven't beaten. They've got 2 draws to Napoli, home and away.
Yeah.
So
And they could easily have lost.
Yeah, exactly.
Lost
So-
both of those games.
the only team that they've beaten is Red Star. So I mean,
No, it's true. It's very true, and we'll see if Liverpool can do that. But yes, we've come to the end of our podcast. First, I'm going to thank Ray from Man City Fan TV. Obviously, he joined us earlier, and I'm going to thank Devo from the Football Banter Show,
Thank you
and
for
of
having me,
course, Kyle shall be back with me next time on episode 4 of the Neeks podcast. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you check out all our other videos and all our other podcasts if you haven't. Hit the like and subscribe button. Share this with everyone. And yeah, let me know if there's any topics that you want us to talk about that we haven't yet covered. Then we can do so. We're going to go into the international break now. And we will be talking about UEFA Nations League and England, the national team, Gareth Southgate, and of course the return for 1 game of Wayne Rooney. That's it from me here on Neeks Sports with our podcast. We'll see you soon.